She left behind a broken letter. Ooh, she never said another word. She never said another word.
For my music to never be heard by people. That's my biggest fear. And I always said to myself, don't die with your music, and you don't die with your music, and you have to give it to the world. You have to. Right before I go on, I let go of everything, every anger, every criticism of myself, every personal feeling. And I'm on the stage. That's like where my heart is. My family is from Peru and from Yugoslavia. I was born in Baltimore. I was 9 months old when my father passed away, and he just passed away in her arms. My mother and I moved back to Peru. There was a lot of terrorism. She realized that she wasn't going to raise me there. It was not an easy thing for her, but she wanted the best life for me. I've always sang at church. I went away for a while and I didn't go to church and I didn't attend anything, and I lost that connectivity. So I always wanted to sing powerful things that made people feel. When I was younger, I really grew into feeling that I had to be a part of the pop world in order to be successful in what I was doing. Sometimes I'm able to write when I'm very dark. It's wonderful, but people, they want darkness with a solution provided. They don't want just the darkness. I was working with someone who was very verbally abusive and really kind of made me feel like I was worthless. I don't know why. He thought that was preparation. He was like, let's move to Atlanta. It was, a whole scam. There was a home with no, electricity or no water, no furniture, nothing. It was just like this empty space. I made like a full record with him, and he had in his head molded the type of girl or the type of person that he wanted to sing this music. He was like, no, you've got to cut your hair, and you've got to do this, and you've got to lose weight, and you've got to so he had all of these ideas of who he wanted me to be. I was always kind of afraid of someone being upset or me hurting others' feeling. I didn't realize that it was taking over my life. And then you can't do what you're sent out to do or what your calling is. For a while I was kind of like, I can write these songs. I can sing anything that you want me to sing. But I was completely unhappy. I was forcing myself in this pink velour robe, which I hate. I mean, I really don't like pink, and I don't like velour, and I was putting it on in order to get myself out of this situation. I think it was kind of forcing me to do something about it. I didn't believe in anything. I had no faith. We were getting ready to go on tour. I called all of the venues one by one and I said, listen, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to cancel the show. And I just was wearing this pink robe and just leaving my room, and we were leaving in an hour and I had not packed, and he's like, you're not going, are you? I couldn't imagine being in a tour bus with this man who was ruining my life. I tried to be very civil and calm about it, and I remember him being like, oh, that's fine, that's cool, Jess. It's just really disrespect. He didn't even have to finish the word. I have no idea what I said. I just remember being so infuriated with rage that I hadn't been, because I'd been so passive that whole time. I literally threw my phone, it shattered, and I was running outside of the house in this pink robe, velour robe, down Main Street. And it was kind of my way of trapping myself and feeling once I actually take it off, I'll be done. It's funny because I never dressed like I would be living in Miami. These are my mother's from Peru. This is just a little scarf to give me color. I don't wear a lot of it, but sometimes I like to put some on. Alexander Wang. I kind of just like them because they're freakish kind of looking. My Ralph Lauren shirt, it's my favorite shirt. I wear it all the time. I like the puffy sleeves. These pants are Svetlana. They're just I got them in St. Augustine at some random store that had sarongs and t-shirts. They have these weird kind of wing things. I've always loved turtlenecks. To me, they're just so classic. I always like the Western everything. Every time I wear something feminine, I always have to wear kind of a boot, because that's always a big part of me. It's the strength. It gives me a little jolt, I'm a little I walk a little cooler. I've never been fully feminine. I'm not too costumey all the time. I'm just very I like dark colors. I really like whites and blacks. As a society and a culture, there's always so much color everywhere. Everything is fed to us, and I think that when it's black and white, it just leaves so much to the imagination. Every time I try to stop or quit or leave music in some way, somehow something comes in and just pulls me in again. When I came back home is when, I started to read the Bible again. I started listening to my roots and to spirituals, which is what I've always loved. I've always sang in church. I've always sang blues music. Music that was real from like such a deep-rooted place where they were trying to just express themselves. And it was in a form of song, but it was mostly talking. That's something that's missing. It's missing in music. When you just want to talk to people, I just want to talk to you. I felt like I had to rebuild my life and start from a pure place. It's been over a year since I've been back. I think at first I thought it was kind of like a defeat, like I had lost the battle with myself. What I didn't realize, I think, was that I really needed to be back to where I started in order to begin again, because we can all start over. I think this is the only place that I could rebuild my life, in my own home, where I grew up, where I first learned how much I loved music. Probably the most important thing is to remember and to realize that you're a force. Being open to the inspiration and to the call of whatever it is that's coming to me at that moment. I always feel that it's not me, that it's bigger than me. I'm channeling my passion. It's a gift, and I accept it as a gift. I think faith is the most important thing in all of our lives. If you don't have hope, you have nothing. These aren't our bodies, you know, we are our spirits. We give as much as we possibly can, you know, it's like we're this fire. And we have to learn how to make it grow. Now I'm more concerned about how is this gonna reach people? How is this gonna move people? What you're giving to other people is what's gonna be lasting in this world.